Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're cracking open Azure's AI Vision Toolbox. It's a whole set of services that are all about one amazing idea: teaching our applications how to see.
Just think about that for a second. An app that doesn't just crunch numbers, but actually understands the world around it visually. It could read signs to help you navigate, recognize products on a shelf, or even get a sense of how customers are reacting to a new display in a store.
And that, right there, is the whole idea behind a field called computer vision. It's literally about giving our software the power of sight, letting it make sense of all the images and videos out there.
So, here's our game plan for this explainer. We'll start with the basics of teaching computers to see, then we'll check out a super powerful tool that's ready to go. After that, we'll get into how you can train your own custom AI, figure out how to put it to work, and finally, we'll wrap it all up by helping you choose the perfect tool for the job.
All right, let's dive right in. We're going to start by setting the stage, looking at the foundational tools Azure gives us to bring this power of sight to our apps.
First up in our toolbox is what I love to call the Swiss Army knife of Vision AI, the Azure Computer Vision API. This thing is a cloud service that comes packed with these incredibly smart, pre-trained models. That means it's ready to go right out of the box.
And get this one single tool can do 4 incredible things without you having to do any training at all. It can find objects, read text, describe a picture in plain English, and even analyze faces. Let's do a quick tour of each one.
First up, object detection. So, you give it a picture, right? And it can find all the common stuff in there. Think about it spotting all the cars, people, or maybe a dog in a busy park photo. And this shows you exactly how it works. The AI scans the whole image. Then it draws these little things called bounding boxes around everything it finds. And finally, it spits back a list of what it thinks it saw, and get this, it even tells you how sure it is about each guess.
Next up is something called optical character recognition, or OCR for short. And honestly, this is like a superpower for your apps. It lets them read text from, well, pretty much anywhere. Photos, scanned documents, even messy handwriting. Now, what's really wild here is just how much it can handle. We're talking printed text in over 100 languages. And yeah, you heard that right, it can even figure out handwritten notes, which, let's be honest, is super tough.
And this is where it gets really powerful. Imagine automatically ripping data from invoices, no more manual entry, or turning dusty old archives into searchable digital text. It can even power apps that help visually impaired people by reading menus or street signs out loud. Just incredible.
And it doesn't stop there. The API can actually look at a picture and come up with a sentence to describe what's happening. This isn't just about spotting objects, it's about understanding context. And this is a huge deal for things like automatically creating descriptions for images, making the web way more accessible.
And last but not least, we've got some powerful facial recognition tech baked right in. It doesn't just find faces in a picture, it can analyze them. It can try to guess if someone's happy or surprised, estimate their age and gender, and can even be used to verify someone's identity.
Okay, so the pre-trained stuff is awesome for general things. But what happens when you need to spot something really specific, like your company's products or a certain kind of defect on a factory line? Well, that's when we need to open the next drawer in our toolbox. And this is where Azure Custom Vision shines. It's a service that literally lets you build and train your very own computer vision model, one that's perfectly tailored to whatever you needed to see. You're the teacher.
With Custom Vision, you can do 2 key things. First is image classification. That basically answers the question, what is this whole picture about? Is it a defective part or a good part? Then you've got object detection, which goes a step further. It answers, where are the things I'm looking for, and finds every single one in the picture.
And believe it or not, the training process is surprisingly simple. Step 1, you upload your pictures and you label them. Basically, you just tell the AI, hey, this is a defective part. Step 2, you hit the train button, and Azure does all the heavy lifting. Then you test it out, and once you're happy, you deploy it as an API. That's it.
Okay, this is the really important part. Once you've got your model, whether it's one you build or the ready-made one, how do you actually plug it into your app so it can start doing its job?
Well, you've got some seriously flexible options. For something like a mobile app, you can just use a simple cloud API. For massive systems like city-wide camera monitoring, you can use something heavy-duty like Azure Kubernetes Service. And this is the really cool part.
for real-time analysis right on a factory floor. Even if the internet goes down, you can put the model directly on a tiny computer called an IoT edge device.
All right, so we've peeked inside Azure's Vision Toolbox and seen all the cool gadgets. To wrap things up, let's create a simple guide for how to pick the perfect tool for your next project.
Think of this table as your ultimate cheat sheet. Need to do general stuff like reading text? Stick with the standard computer vision API. Need to spot something super specific to your business? That's a job for custom vision. Anything to do with faces? You'll want the Face API. And if you're pulling data from specific forms, like insurance claims, there's another specialized tool called Form Recognizer that's built for exactly that.
Oh, and here's a quick pro tip for you as you're building. Keep in mind that most of these services have an image size limit. It's usually around 50 megabytes. Just a little detail that could save you a headache down the road.
So, next time you're starting a project, just run through this little checklist in your head. Ask yourself, am I trying to recognize custom objects? Boom, custom vision. Is it all about faces and emotions? That's the Face API. Am I trying to read structured forms? Form Recognizer is your friend. And for pretty much everything else, the general computer vision API is your best bet. It really is that simple.
You know, this technology is way more than just another set of tools. It's like we're giving our applications a brand new sense. We're teaching software how to perceive and understand the world in a totally new way. So it really leaves us with one final big question. Now that software can see, what problems are you going to solve first?